Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
For researchers, museums and exhibitions can be an important source of information and a creative way to teach students about the past. And in France, the city of Nantes has now transformed its leading slavery port into a memorial for the abolition of slavery. Let's see what lessons are to be learned.
Nantes, the first slave port in France. In the 18th century, here on the banks of the Loire, close to 450,000 people, men, women and children, were shipped to the American colonies. It is a painful memory that Nantes has long wanted to ignore. But in 2012, the city became one of the first to build a memorial to the abolition of slavery.
There was, if you like, a disease of the memory in Nantes, a closing off, voluntary or involuntary, conscious or not. That fact that until the 1980s, history had been killed. And so it was very important at the beginning of the 21st century to mark strongly and with evidence the presence of this part of history in the city. The memorial has also become a place of dialogue.
More has been done to raise awareness. The Museum of Nantes has increased efforts to revive this heritage. Hundreds of artifacts on the history of slavery are kept here.
Since we have a desire to be informative and educational, people in fact do learn a lot. And what we have found out is that adult audiences have learned and discovered a lot. It is not a subject that leaves people indifferent. There are a host of emotions discovering these rooms and the documents which we have here.
But some people, like Dieudonné Boutrin, have decided to take things further. With his friends, he wants to rebuild an identical 18th century slave ship.
We dreamed of rebuilding a slave ship. There are no more slave ships in the world. There used to be thousands. The idea is to make history more alive, understandable, more accessible. If you can't go to history, history will come to you. The boats will navigate across continents and take esteem back to Africa. It's the triangular trade in reverse.
Nantes decided to face its history, but many European cities have not yet confronted their past, including Portugal. It is a sign that decades later, the history of slavery has not been appeased.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.